Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So while I'm cat sitting for my father, I will tell you guys why sending drones and why drones in general are very important to the Ukrainian army and specifically Ukrainian reconnaissance teams. So the way fighting is going on at the front lines is Russians have their forces, we have our forces, but our artillery usually remains quite a distance away. I'm not going to say exact numbers, but let's just say artillery is stationed at the max possible distance away from the targets they're supposed to hit. And Ukrainian artillery is probably one of the best in the world. The problem why Russian artillery is so sloppy and so shitty, I'm not even exaggerating, is because during the Soviet era in USSR, most of the Soviet artillery were actually being trained at the artillery schools in Ukraine. So you see where I'm going? Ukraine has the best artillery schools. So the way it is done, and it's no secret, that's why I can disclose this information, is you have artillery at the max possible distance away from the targets they're gonna hit. Then you have reconnaissance teams, which are small, usually less than a dozen men teams, closer to the enemy. And they will have usually one drone pilot with several drones for reconnaissance. So the drone pilot will launch the drone following the techniques that he is aware of, that are being taught to the drone pilots by us and exchanged in our private groups in Ukraine. So basically to avoid detection by Russian forces, they will launch a drone pretty much any time of day, because there are night reconnaissance missions, day reconnaissance missions, and the drone will get really close, sometimes even above the enemy, but usually they're maybe like a mile away, half a mile away from the enemy, and they will discover the enemy positions, because most of the modern drones can also record in 4K. When that information is relayed back to the command, they're able to look at those images, zoom in, and discover the enemy positions. Then once the artillery has basically aimed at the positions, they will launch the drone once again, and this time in basically live exchange of communication, they will confirm that the targets are still at those positions, and the artillery will, with surgical precision, hit those targets. I've seen the videos. I'll try to add the videos in here if I can find them, where even a Russian tank hides between two private residences, between two buildings, the artillery is able to hit that tank precisely without hitting the civilian structures. And quite frequently, probably every day, I am being asked by different people through different channels, well, why send more drones? Don't you guys have enough drones? Well, as good as Ukrainian soldiers are at piloting drones, at discovering the enemy positions, at all of their tasks, Russian soldiers are also really good sometimes at shutting down those drones. Let us not forget that very often, I think my father is right, so very often Russian soldiers have DJI aeroscope, which is able to discover positions not only of the pilot or the remote controllers, but also of the drone. So they shut down the drones via visual line of sight, if they can see it. Drones are shut down every day. That's why more are needed. But let me assure you that every time a drone is sent to Ukraine or money is donated to Ukraine to buy a drone, lives are being saved. That goes without any shadow of a doubt. So lives are being saved constantly. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Help Ukraine. Send drones. Send money through any channels possible. And Ukrainian people are very grateful for that. So thank you guys, and see you guys later.